As you must have read recently in the newspapers that Supreme Court has explained or demanded the revision in sedition law after couple of journalists and news channels were targeted by the Andhra Pradesh government. So concerning that, sedition law becomes a very important part of your syllabus. So my name is Anuj Sharma and today's lecture will be discussing about the sedition law. So where did this process of sedition start? This sedition was added into IPC section 124A by the Britishers. So the sedition during the time of British era or pre-independence era was related to the concept where the Britishers tried to strangle their noose or increase their power over our freedom fighters. The likes like Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Mahatma Gandhi, Pandit Nehru, they went to the courts, they went to the jail on the basis of sedition laws. So sedition law was introduced by the Britishers so as to stop our freedom fighters from challenging the authority of the state. So when the constitution was being written, so there was debate also in the Constituent Assembly with respect to the sedition law, that whether it should be continued or it should be stopped. But somehow it still continues and has been misused by the governments multiple times. So what does section 124A of IPC say? It talks about the words which are spoken or written, signs, visible representation or attempts to excite disaffection, hatred towards the government. These all are considered to be under or considered to be the idea behind sedition. So when we talk about the understandings like spoken, written, signs, visible, representation, attempts to excite disaffection or hatred towards the government, all these things are completely undefined. So when we talk about their definitions, all these things are completely undefined. So this makes sedition further ambiguous in nature because of lack of definitions of these words or the definition of sedition. So why sedition law is considered to be wrong? So first of all thing is that it is not explicitly mentioned in the Article 19 clause 2, because one of the biggest issue with respect to the sedition is the contradiction or the debate between freedom of speech and expression and Article 19 of the 2 of the Constitution, that is the restrictions on the freedom of speech and expression. So is sedition mentioned in Article 19 clause 2 as the restriction of freedom of speech and expression under 19 clause 1 subclause A? So the answer is no. Because under Article 19 clause 1A, which talks about freedom of speech and expression and its restriction under 19 clause 2, the sedition as a restriction is not mentioned at all. The sedition as a restriction is not mentioned at all. So this creates a problem when the government acts and uses it as a tool for restricting our freedom of speech and expression. Second thing is the ambiguity or the non-definition of words. Third idea is the colonial law, or as it is a colonial legacy, and it suppresses the constructive criticism of the government. Many other times it has been seen, recently in the Andhra Pradesh it has also been seen that it was just a criticism of the government and the government tried to impose sedition on the news channels. Our judges of Supreme Court recently, Justice Chandrachud, a very prominent judge of our Supreme Court, even remarked satirically to the government of Uttar Pradesh, stating that when the news channels were reporting against the mishandling of the COVID situation by the government of Uttar Pradesh, so did the government impose sedition or government considered the criticism in a constructive manner? So the governments have used sedition as a tool to restrict its criticism or our freedom of speech and expression and even the speech and expression of the media. Another idea is this constraint of freedom of speech and expression, which I have already discussed, and this basically dilutes the border between the state and the government. As you know that the state and the government are two separate entities. Government is a subcategorization of the state. So what happens is basically that the government considers itself equal to the state. So the people cannot, or we as the citizens of India cannot go against the idea of the state or cannot go against the sovereignty, unity and integrity of the state. But yes, we can very well criticize the functioning of the government, but the government dilutes, or this idea dilutes the power of the division between the state and the government as it enhances the power of the government. With regard to the Supreme Court judgments on sedition, one of the very important judgment of sedition was Kedarnath Singh case in 1962, in which Supreme Court upheld the constitutional validity and stated that the people can be charged with sedition. Another very important judgment with regard to sedition is Ramesh Thapad case. In Ramesh Thapad case, what did the Supreme Court say? Supreme Court stated that the sedition as an idea has to be defined properly and the criticisms cannot be considered as a part of sedition. So these are two important judgments with regard to the sedition, because what happens is that the Supreme Court has stated that when we talk about sedition, we need to understand that sedition cannot be just hatred or disengagement. Sedition, court said, has to be defined properly, and where the court said that if the wordings of an individual can cause violence or cause disturbance, then it shall be termed as sedition. That if somebody tries to speak or somebody speaks something, or the speech of the individual results into violence or anger or the disturbance in public peace, or disturbance of public peace, then it can be termed as sedition. So what are the views of Law Commission with regard to sedition? So recently Law Commission gave its view regarding the sedition, in which the Law Commission stated that dissent and criticism of government are essential in any democracy. The Law Commission stated that it was argued that what should be the condition with regard to sedition, that whether it should continue or not, or should there be proper laws. So government asked the Law Commission about its views. So Law Commission stated that democracy and criticism are essential, dissent and criticism are essential for democracy. Then Law Commission also explained that right to criticize one's own history or right to offend is part of free speech. So if someone criticizes government or some things, that shall not be considered as dissent. Moreover, the Law Commission said that restrictions to be carefully scrutinized, that Article 19 Clause 2 is a restriction, but Article 19 Clause 2 should be utilized in a manner that it does not completely restrict our 19 Clause 1 subclause A. And last idea is that criticism of the government is not a sedition, because it is our right to show dissent or to criticize the government if we do not agree to any kind of policy with the government. So this is it with regard to today's lecture. I hope you must have understood sedition. Up till then, I'll see you next time. Until then, all the best. Thank you and take care.